Hi, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your Devil Comet reading for you. Now, this is a once in a lifetime experience. This comet will not be entering our solar system again for another 71 years. So, this is a really intense time and a really exciting time. Now, if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously and it gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm. So thank you so very much for doing so. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Okay, fantastic. So let's see what the tarot has to say. We are crowned with the Hierophant reversed. Now, this is Taurus energy. So if we have Taurus energy in our chart, if we're on the cusp with Taurus, Aries, this can be a bit intense for us and not in the most positive of ways. So just being aware of this. We don't want to be told what to do. We don't want to have this top-down structure. We don't want to have a sense of fitting in. We kind of very much want to stand out and kind of be on our own. I'm hearing lone wolf, which is something we need to be mindful of because we can want to go out and do everything just like on our own, very independently, but we won't thrive that way. So just being aware of that during this time is going to be very important. We can also feel that in many different ways, our wings are being clipped, like right where being told we have to be more like this or more like that, and we want to be more like ourselves. So being aware of this during this time is going to be super important. We then have the star reverse, which is very common. It seems to be for this comet for this time from April to June. Okay, so this comet will be in our sky from April from April to June, and it brings with it increased conflict. So here we can have a conflict with our inner desire, right? Our soul's wish coming forward. The star also reverse is delusionment. So just be mindful about that. And I know that's a really harsh word to use, but it can also be the illusions of things. The dreams of things are much more real and much more pleasant than the reality of them. So just being aware of that during this time, but also not connecting with our soul's wish. Our soul, we deeply desire, we deeply want, we're deeply longing for certain things during this time. And that's going to be a very important thing for us. But we need to connect with ourselves and we need to say, what am I longing for? Like, am I longing for things that are aligned with me or not aligned with me? So just being aware of that and not letting our ego get in the way. We then have temperance reversed, meaning that things can feel out of balance, right? This is also Sagittarius energy. We have Aquarius energy, which is the time frame of January 20th to February 18th. We then have Sagittarius energy, which is the time frame of November 22nd to December 2021st. And with the Hierophant, this is a time frame of April 20th to May 20th. So these can all be challenging time frames for us, Taurus, Aquarius, Sagittarius. But there's also a sense of a lot of deeper understanding coming to us during these times. Now, this could have been the times that have passed, right? The time frame of Aquarius and Sagittarius, but the the Hierophant, this is going to be the Taurus time frame to come. And that can be intense. We can see that there's an intense of questioning. There's an intensity of questioning. Why? Because a comet is not historically a bringer of joyous news. It's just not. We're not here to fear Mongol, most definitely not. But a comet, historically speaking, is a powerful warning of wars, of famines, of kings falling, of natural disasters, those type of things. Not anybody's Yahoo yay list of things to happen. So knowing that during this time, what we're going to be seeing here is that we're going to be liberating this comet is going to be liberating our soul from ignorance and bondages. And as it liberates our souls, we're going to be seeing ourselves stepping out of feeling overwhelmed within our own world. And as we do this, we also have to know that this comet is in Aries, right? Everything is in Aries right now. We have Mercury retrograde in Aries. We have Mercury in retrograde, not retrograde. We have Mercury in Aries. We have the Sun in Aries. We have the Moon in Aries. We have Chiron in Aries. We have the North and South lunar node in Aries. Aries, our energy is really intense. And as spectacular as we are, we're not the most chill of signs. So this can be a time where everybody's a bit fiery, everybody's a bit intense. Things come out a bit more snippy. There's a bit more tension during this time than we would like. So just being aware of that is going to be super important. We then have the King of Wands coming forward. This is us. We are represented by the wands in the minor arcana. The king is the highest court card of the wands in the minor arcana. And so here, this is transformation. We are seeing ourselves transform. We are seeing ourselves embrace a new aspect of ourselves, fire, a passion, a determination, a focus, a vibrancy of being is coming forward during this time. Can our temper get the best of us? Yes. Can it get the best of everybody during this time? Absolutely. So do be mindful about that as well. But we are going to see our fire and our passion leading us forward in a way that we hadn't imagined that it could. We are also going to see ourselves reconnecting with what excites us, with what, elevates our soul, what brings us passion and determination and focus. And it's like, oh, I can do this. And we're seeing ourselves reconnecting with ourselves. And it brings us to this place where the universe opens to us. It's not just the world that opens to us, it's the universe. It's so much more than we had ever imagined could open to us, starts to open to us. So much more than we ever imagined could be, starts to be. And we start to see ourselves not as being locked in, not as being these, finite bodies with, finite time, but as part of an infinite. And part of that infinite starts to inspire us. And we start to say, why not? Why not, expand and grow and go after? And why hold back? Why be afraid? So it's not saying to do anything dangerous. I want to make that perfectly clear, but it's starting to embrace the curiosity of our mind. It's starting to embrace the opening of our heart. It's starting to say, yes, I can, instead of, no, I absolutely can't. And it brings us then to the Ace of Swords coming into play. And this is a gift from God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe. This is a gift of cutting through doubts and fears and negativities, hurts, pains, disappointments, a doubting of our mind, a doubting of ourselves, a sense of I can't because I was told I couldn't. And now we start to say, oh, yes, I can. As I embrace my voice, as I embrace my fire, as I embrace my passion, I see myself moving forward in a way I didn't think I could. And it's because we have a gift of clarity coming forward. And it brings us then to the Empress. The Empress is reversed a lot during this time for so many, because there's a sense of, how do I get to embrace my creative self? How do I get to embrace what I desire and what I want within this world? And this is doubly important for us, Aries, because we are represented by the Emperor in the major arcana. So the Empress is our partner, right? That's our soul connection. And so during this time, we can feel like we're not connecting with our souls, with our soul, with the other half of ourselves. Now, that can be in a physical way, yes, but that's also in a spiritual way. The sacred feminine and the sacred masculine of ourselves stepping forward into our power and into what we desire. Rhiannon in Welsh mythology is the goddess of horses. And so we can feel as if we're not moving in the right direction, right? We're not heading forward in the way that we want to head forward for ourselves. We feel trapped creatively. We feel trapped, cultivating what we want in our world and what we need in our world and what we're looking for ourselves. Now, it leads us to our spirit message. So let's see what the cards have to say. And if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a rain cloud in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced on Sunday. So good luck to everyone. And here we have adventure reverse. As much as we think we want an adventure, we actually want things to calm and to stabilize. We don't want that big adventure. We want things to be more stable, more secure, and more grounded. So just being aware of that. Our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. This is listening. Now, this is the throat chakra, and this is reverse. So we have a blockage in our throat chakra around listening. And I can totally understand this. There's so much going on. There's so much intensity here that we're not hearing everything. We cannot hear everything internally with the star showing us that here. We cannot hear everything with the people around us, because we have so much going on in our own minds. So being aware of this and stepping back and saying, okay, I need to make sure that I'm listening. I need to make sure that I'm tuning in. That's going to be important. It's kind of like I need to take notes almost during this time, which sounds really silly to say. But if we actually like took notes, that would be very helpful for us, jotting things down, jotting certain points down, looking at things, because we're going to think, oh, I'm going to remember, but we're going to get so caught up in everything else, in the chaos of everything else, that we're not really listening to what we need to cultivate right now. It brings us then to our energy to be mindful of angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels. This is the Two of Wands. Be mindful that doors are closing, and it's not necessarily going to be the way that we want things to move forward. And Spirit's like, well, that's okay, right? Things don't go according to our plan a lot of the time. And here we're going to have to kind of like pivot. We're going to have to, kind of change things up. And the Two of Wands is saying doors are going to close. Be mindful of this. It can send you into like, it's not a spiral, but into like an indignation. Like, how dare that happen? And Spirit is saying, but it is happening for a very good reason. So just be mindful about this. You might not see it till years down the line, but the doors that are closing for a purpose. And with with the Hierophant here, it is looking at and it's not fitting in. You don't fit in right now. You're kind of standing out. It feels awkward. So just being aware of this, it can feel like there's not a place for me, right? Everybody else has a place. Everybody else has where they fit, like puzzle pieces. And you can feel like you're not part of that puzzle. And it can be because you're not part of that puzzle. This is a time where you're going to see yourself standing out. Why? Because you're a king. Kings always stand out. Kings always stand out. You're transforming this time. And this time, yes, it is a time of intense change. Okay? It is a time of intense change. And we're looking at things just so differently. The Devil Comet sounds scary. It just does. It's a cool name. It is a cool name. It grabs your attention, and I like that. But it's named so because it looks like, as its comet is hurtling through space, it looks like it has horns. So that's tight, kind of cool. But there's also a sense here of things feeling like we're not quite in control of it, right? Things are moving faster than we can control them, then we can make them happen, then we can kind of like have things be. So here, when we don't fit in, it's just another way of feeling out of control, another way of feeling like, oh, I don't belong. And then our soul's wish, we're out of alignment right now in one way or another with what our soul deeply wants us to be and how we're moving forward. We're also not listening to ourselves. And the idea of things, the illusion of things, is going to be so much more real than the reality of things. So we have to be very mindful about that during this time. This is going to be true for everyone. The idea of something is going to be more alluring than the reality of it. And isn't that true all the time? The idea of the perfect person that we build in our head is so much more perfect all the time than when we're actually with that person. So here, there's going to be the sense of, don't let our imagination get away with us. We need harmony. There's something here that's lacking of harmony, balance, temperance. Also the truth. We need to say the truth to ourselves. What do we want? What is true for us? The King of Wands, our fire, our passion, our determination, our cultivation, our change. We're moving forward towards where we want to be. We have to be mindful of our temper. Everybody has to be mindful of their temper during this time. And the King of Wands is that fire, that passion that moves us in a direction that we didn't think we could take. We didn't think we could be a king. And that's going to be something that's really quite changing for us. We didn't think that we could be a king, Aries, even though we're born to be an emperor, right? We're represented by the emperor in the major arcana. Aries is the god of war, right? So we're the general, a god. And we think that about ourselves at times. Like, I'm meant for greatness. We can think that about ourselves. And then we can be afraid of it. The universe is opening. The universe is opening, and we're seeing ourselves move forward in a way that is breaking limitations. That is like, pushing back on boundaries or on limitations that were put on us. boundaries we were supposed to follow. And we're cutting through so much nonsense. We're claiming our voice. We're claiming our mind. And as we do so with the Empress, well, the Empress is reversed. We're having difficulty creating. We're having difficulty cultivating. We're having difficulty saying, I can move forward. Now, it can't just be because of all the chaos that's going on right now. But through that chaos, there's the seeds of creation. And here, we have to see it. And we have to give ourselves permission because it almost feels like I don't fit in. I've lost my place. So how can I cultivate? How can I create? How can I move forward the way that I want to? And there's a shift that's going on here. And we're finding our creative voice. We're finding our power. We're finding our insight. And that's going to be a game changer for us. All right, Aries. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Oh, I didn't do your subconscious. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let's see here. Your subconscious spirit message is purposeful. It is time to fill your life with purpose again. And not again, like your life has purpose, but it's that purpose that brings joy to you. It's that purpose that makes you smile when you wake up. It brings us then to our subconscious chakra message, which is flexibility. This is the sacral chakra. It is time for us to be flexible. We're going to see ourselves embracing our own flexibility, our own insight, which brings forward wisdom, which brings forward new ideas. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of. And we need to be mindful that we feel like things aren't moving fast enough. We're going to feel like, oh my gosh, it's so slow. It's not. We're just bored. It's not. We're just bored. So just be aware of this. Things will move very, very quickly. And things are moving really quickly. We don't need to have it move even faster. Be aware of this. Our subconscious tarot message is the Seven of Swords. We're releasing a lot of lies. A lot of lies, a lot of doubts, a lot of negativities, a lot of hurts that we've been carrying for a really long time. A lot of whispers that were happening behind our back. We're releasing it. And as we release it, we find ourselves. We're finding ourselves amidst lies and hurts and pains. And that's a powerful thing. All right. Now, Aries, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice, and please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aries. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.